Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm August and I'm so happy to have you here. Today I'm going to be talking a little bit about this palette that I built. I'll show you guys really quick. This is the palette that I built. It's basically singles from palettes that I've depotted, or just singles from just eyeshadow singles. And this is an Adept Cosmetics palette, and this is what mine looks like. This is like my prized possession right now. I gotta love this palette. Of course I had to depot like so many palettes to get this, but I'm so happy with it. It's so pretty. It has everything I need. I've been grabbing this every single time I do my eyeshadow now. So I think, I think it was worth it. So basically the palettes that I depotted were my Morphe 39L. It's no longer. My Jaclyn Hill palette it still has a few in there that I didn't use, but I don't know what to do with it yet, so I'm just holding on to those until I figure that out. But yeah, it's gone. I think I threw away the cardboard for this one, but this is the Life's a Drag palette. I actually did a video when I depotted this, and I put it in a palette that I got off of Amazon. It was like a little Z palette. It was so cute, but it fell apart like 2 days later. I kid you not, like everything just started falling apart. I was hot. I was very upset, and I definitely 10 out of 10 would recommend that you guys do not purchase that palette. And I've even considered deleting that video, but I was like, no, because I was still having fun depotting my palette, even though the palette that I put it in sucked. So just don't buy that palette. I also depotted my Dose of Colors I Love Sahadi palette. It's no longer. I love this little cute mirror though. I want to know if I could do something with it, but I don't know yet. Any ideas? Let me know. And I also, you guys are going to be like, what? You're crazy. But I'll explain, okay? I'll explain. So I took a few shadows out of my ColourPop monochromatic palette collection. I did not take any out of my Baby Got Peach palette because I just got that one and I really like it. And I don't know, maybe I'll depot it later though, because knowing me. But yeah, like I took one shadow out of this one, and if I ever want to, I could just literally pop it back in. It's magnetic. I wrote the names of it on the back so I don't get confused. And yeah, I just took one out of there. I took 2 out of this Honey palette. I took about 5 out of this palette, and I only left 1 in my It's My Pleasure palette. And maybe I'll buy some singles and put them back in these palettes. I don't know yet, but for now they're gonna be in this palette, and I like them that way. Just because I needed some colors that I didn't have, and I felt like this like kind of made it more, I don't know, it filled in the blanks. Like when I was trying to go from light to dark with a certain color, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. Let me put these back. So yeah, as you can see, I was trying to go from like dark to light in some rows, and I needed like these little eyeshadows to fill in the blanks. Even on this side, I did the same thing with the shimmer side. I need to move this one because I keep digging my finger in it. But even on this side, I did the same thing with the shimmers as best as I could, of course. And yeah, I just like it. I love it. I love it. I love it. It has this divider in the middle so that you can protect your eyeshadow so they're not like falling all over the place or anything like that. And I decided to do one side with the matte shades and one side with the shimmers. So before I went and depotted eyeshadows and started building this palette, I went through my entire collection and did a declutter. I had over 75 palettes, I believe, and I did record myself decluttering it, but I never did get to editing. But I really went through and decluttered a lot of palettes. Like what I did with the ones that I decluttered, because obviously I'm not rich, so I sold them on Mercury, which I will not do again because they take too much out of what you make, and it's just it becomes a hassle. But anyway, I sold them on Mercury, I sold them on OfferUp, and just like the newer ones, the ones that weren't like in bad condition, are the ones that I never used at all, so I could make some of that money back and purchase my Adept Cosmetics Z palette. I think this was like $35, And I went ahead and yeah, decluttered. Like, I did a really good cutthroat declutter. And I'm extremely happy with the palettes that I did keep. I'm extremely happy with my eyeshadow palette collection now. And I don't know, like, I'm just so happy. Like, I feel more organized. Like, I know where everything is. I know exactly what I have. If there's a certain look that I'm going for, I know I could just grab a certain palette. And 2 more palettes that I did forget to mention that I included in my Adept palette was the Afrique and Saharan palette by Juvia's Place. I just wasn't reaching for them, and they just weren't my favorites. I was going to declutter them, but I actually decided to just take the shadows that I really wanted out of them and put them in my Adept palette, and I'm so glad that I did because it added the perfect little touch. And I actually did give some of them to my best friend as well because she wanted some of the single shadows. So I feel like it was definitely worth depotting. And these are the Juvia's palettes that I did keep. I kept the Warrior 2, the Tribe palette, and the Zulu palette. But I'm actually thinking about depotting these as well and putting them into their own little palette, just because I always use these 2 together, like literally always. Unless I'm going for an all brown matte look, then I'll just use the Warrior by itself. But typically I like to use these 2 palettes together. They complement each other so well. But I don't know. I'm really thinking about doing it though, so we'll see if I actually do it. And this, honestly, I don't know, because this palette right here, I like this. Like, I like the layout, I like the color story and everything in this palette. But for space purposes, it would be beneficial. This is also super pretty. Like, look at that. For space purposes, it would be more beneficial to have them in one palette, but I don't know, I kind of like them all by themselves. Some other palettes that, you know what, how about this? Because I feel like I'm just rambling. Let me just show you guys my top 10 palettes that I own, and we'll continue this conversation from there. Because okay, so I actually decided to show you guys my top 5 favorite eyeshadow palettes, just because I feel like it's more reasonable. And I don't have like a huge collection like I used to, so 10 is a bit much. So I just decided to do a top 5. So coming in, I don't know if this is not going to be in order. It's just going to be a top 5, like, palettes that I like. So my Warrior 2 by Juvia's is definitely a staple in my collection. I love these browns. I feel like this is something I can grab and create like a simple look. And the color story, I just love it. Like, I love doing an all matte eyeshadow look like the one I have on today. It's literally all matte. I know you see that white in the corner, but that's matte too. But yeah. Also, my Dose of Colors Desi Katie Francation palette. Like, this is always going to be a favorite. I just love the quality of these shadows, and yeah, I usually always love the look that I create with this. So another palette is my Jackie Aina palette. I feel like she really did her thing with this. I love Jackie Aina, and I love her taste in makeup, so I feel like this is just perfect. I also feel like we have similar taste in makeup. I wouldn't say like everything is kind of my taste, but we have very similar taste when it comes to makeup. So, and surprisingly, Norvina's palette is also in my top 5. I don't have her bigger ones just because I don't know. I just, big palettes kind of scare me because of storage space, and it's like, I don't know. I would love to try them out. I would love to have them, but I just, the amount of money, you know, then considering the space, I'm just like, So I have this one, and I really love it. I really love that rose gold shade right here. That's like my favorite color in this palette. I also love the color Soul, super pretty. I think I'm really into purpley pinkish eyeshadows on the low, but with a little hint of brown. So I think that's like kind of like my style. And last but not least, my Huda Beauty Mercury Retrograde palette, which I'm wearing on my eyes today. I got this for Christmas and I've been in love ever since. I'm always looking for a reason to grab this palette because I think this is my most expensive eyeshadow palette that I own, and it's really, really pretty. I just love it. So that's my top 5, and I'm just so glad that I decided to declutter my palettes, and I'm so glad that I tried to condense my palettes as much as possible into my Adept palette because it just made me feel more inspired to do to create different looks. And I feel like when I had all of those eyeshadow palettes, I felt very overwhelmed, and it kind of steered me away from doing creative looks and just using my palettes all together, because it's like, which one am I going to use? And it's just like a whole debate because I'm also very just indecisive, so it just wasn't working out for me. I feel like, you know, having a big collection works for some people and it does not work for others, and I feel like I'm one of those people that just need, I mean, to some people my collection is large, like, but to me I feel like it's just like medium just compared to, you know, what I see on YouTube. But I kind of prefer it this way. I wouldn't say it's minimalistic at all, but it definitely is reasonable. I'm not saying that having a bigger collection is unreasonable, but I'm saying it's reasonable for me personally. Okay. Hope that doesn't offend anyone. But yeah, I just wanted to bring you guys on here and just talk to you guys about eyeshadow palettes, because I feel like this whole declutter and condensing of my eyeshadow palettes really made a difference in the way that I use my makeup, and just the creative spark is just back now. So I just felt like sharing that with you guys. Thank you again so much for watching. I hope that you will consider to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and turn on your notification bell so when I upload, you will be the first to know.